Hello friends, and welcome back to another video. This is a very exciting one because while I will not be doing any sort of DIYs or decorating or anything physical in the house, I'm going to walk you through the entire place. We have a 3-bed, 2-bath Craftsman that was built in 1961. I've already done an empty house tour, which was probably just as echoey as this video is going to be. I'm using the little mic to try to remedy that. I don't know that it's gonna work very well, but I have all of my little plans and measurements here. I've been my own little, I don't even know what word to use. I don't even want to say like interior designer because it makes me sound too legitimate. I just go on Pinterest and save things that I like and then try to find them or thrift them or buy them or DIY them or whatever, and then try to make it work in the space. That's all I'm doing. But we are going to start in the living room. I think we're just going to do the interior of the house today. Even though I have a lot of plans for the outside, I might do like a little bonus at the end. We'll see. But the main thing that we are going to do is the inside rooms. So we have the living room, which is what I'm standing in. There will be probably a lot of mess in the background that I would appreciate it if you just ignored. We have not officially moved in. We are very much still just kind of like at our apartment. You know, our lease isn't up yet. We didn't want to have to like whatever, pay a whole bunch of money for like an empty apartment basically. So we haven't quite moved in yet. I'm going to show you some swatches for colors that I think I want to do. I did just get a brush specifically for like a faux lime wash technique. So instead of the basic white walls, they painted everything in here Drift of Mist, which is kind of a whitish gray. I don't know. It's just a sad color. Which no offense if you're one of those people who likes just a bright white home. There's nothing wrong with that. For me, it feels a little bit soulless and bland. So we are going to bring some color in. So I would love to do sort of like a faux lime wash technique here in the living room. I'm going to try it out in the bedroom first because obviously like if people come over, they won't really see the bedroom, like they'll see the living room. So if I mess up, I can learn, I can learn from my mess ups in the bedroom. And then honestly for the living room, we are just keeping a lot of our same furniture. I'm not going to go out and blow a whole bunch of money on new furniture when what we have is perfectly fine. Possibly a new rug and some paint and then window treatments, of course. So honestly, a lot of this I'm very undecided on still. So I'm just going to kind of pop some things up on the screen, and I would love if you guys have any ideas, design ideas, thoughts, anything that you really like that you do in your space that seems kind of like it matches the vibe of what I'm putting down, let me know in the comments. Again, please ignore the mess. I'm gonna put my little clipboard down. I do swear that I'm like, there are actual swatches and stuff on here. I'm not just like carrying around a fake clipboard, but this is the kitchen. Again, it's all just that Drift of Mist color, very basic, very white. The stove is new, which we are very excited for. We do not have a fridge. I'm thinking about splurging on one of those vintage fridges. I would love like the classic retro kind. Smeg is way too expensive, not spending $3,000 on a fridge, just not gonna do it. And then EO is another one that I've seen. Would love to do sort of a retro vibe in here because like I said, the house was built in the 60s. And then I would love to give the cabinet some color. We're thinking green. Boyfriend and I really love Emma Chamberlain's kitchen, and she did this like sage green, but maybe we like tone it down a little bit because I don't want to get like, I don't want to go with such a vibrant color that we get really sick of it. We're definitely thinking a shade of green, and then some cabinet pulls that are not this kind of very modern boxy black kind of look that they did in the kitchen here and in the bathrooms. Honestly, I would love to change the sink to a farmhouse sink. That would be like my dream sink. We would have to basically destroy part of the countertops and some of the cabinets. That can be just like a down the line, down the road kind of a thing. Now moving into the first bedroom, it is a tiny little room. I am a tiny little person, and I don't know if you can tell, but it's not really all that big. You're almost seeing the entire thing just in this clip. Ignore the fact that I'm not wearing legitimate pants. It is very hot. This is gonna be the random extra room. the gym, basically. That's kind of a fancy word for it. Not a lot is going to happen in here, honestly. I think even though it's small, it gets a lot of light from these two windows. So I'm thinking we do kind of maybe a moodier color would be kind of fun. And then I do have like a brown and black kind of basic rug just to kind of absorb some of the sound. This will not be a room that I spend a lot of time decorating just because it's just the sort of gym. Obviously, we'll probably get some like what are they called? Like weight racks to kind of make it look a little bit nicer in here. We have a spare closet. It's basically just the spare room. Then we have the office. There are already some books here that I have brought in literal brown paper bags because otherwise they are way too heavy to carry. Very excited for this office. Not sure on the color yet. I'm thinking maybe a blue, not quite like my shirt, but maybe like more like a teal, like a muted teal could be really cool. Again, we'll do some cool kind of window treatments. Not sure if we're gonna do curtains everywhere. I kind of like the idea of Roman shades, so we'll see. A rug for sure. I'm probably gonna keep my same mid-century modern desk. Might upgrade to an iMac. Never had an iMac before, and my MacBook is 10 years old and not holding a charge. So I might upgrade there. I would love to do some built-in bookshelves. That would be kind of the showstopper in here. I don't know. I'm thinking maybe, I actually totally forgot that I had a window on this wall. Because originally I was thinking of putting it on that wall and just doing like the whole thing. I guess we could do this wall. This is kind of the main wall across from the two big windows. I don't know. We could probably do something else instead that isn't really built in but kind of looks built in. Like I said, it's a mid-century modern house, so we could do some sort of mid-century modern style bookshelf situation. We also have another closet in here, which is very, very nice. And then I'm also thinking about changing, even though I love my desk, it's like a real wood walnut desk. I'm thinking about buying a standing desk. They're not as cute, but the next time that I draft a book, the amount of time that you spend sitting is not healthy. So I would really love maybe to have that option. So we'll see. Okay, it's getting a little bit cloudy, so the lighting is gonna be kind of weird, but this is the master bedroom. Never had a room this big before. His and hers closets, and there is a little ensuite bathroom, which is really cute. I have unboxed, I'm not sure if you're gonna be able to tell, these two little nightstands, which are so freaking cute. And they kind of match the bed. So we have a queen size walnut frame bed that we're gonna keep. Sits pretty low to the ground, very classic kind of mid-century modern look. I would love to do like a mauve color in here. I've asked my boyfriend and like several times and have showed him the shade because originally I was like, he's gonna think it's like pink, like I want to do a pink bedroom. It's not pink, it's like a brownie pink, right? It's like an understated pink. So I'm hoping that once he actually sees it up on the wall, because he has agreed, I'm hoping once he sees it on the wall, he's not going to be too freaked out. Again, I want to do sort of a faux lime wash look. I have that 5-inch brush that I can do the X's with, and I think it's going to be really cool. I have so many cool photos for this one. And then maybe the trim could be like a deeper plummy brown. I really like that idea. And then I'll do like all the little details, like the switch plate covers and everything will either be switched out to something that's not the white plastic, or I'll paint them. I think you can paint them. I do love curtains in a bedroom. In other places in the house, Roman shades may suffice, but curtains definitely kind of soften the look of a bedroom. So for sure we would do curtains in here. Not sure, short, long, not totally sure. And then a rug just to help with a little bit of the sound absorption. Obviously, once we get the bed in here, it won't be so echoey. But yeah, I think it's going to be kind of girly, but it's going to be okay. Like, boyfriend has agreed on the pink. And then I'm going to quickly show you what our two bathrooms look like. Honestly, I haven't really thought much about the bathrooms yet. I'm going to do the main rooms first, like the living room, and then the kitchen and the bedrooms. And then I think the bathrooms might be kind of not later down the line, like years, but they're probably, not going to be the priority like the actual rooms are. I'm going to show pictures of this main bathroom, but that toilet is running, so I know the audio is not going to be great. We're definitely going to kind of get rid of some of the sort of modern look that they have going on in here. It's just not my favorite. It's not my favorite, like sort of the black iron, hyper modern, sharp right angle type of design isn't really my favorite. I actually have a mirror that I bought for the main bathroom that I'm very excited for. Like a lighter toned wood, and it's nice and round, and it's got kind of a funky organic shape to it. Basically, I'm just going to try to bring the character back into this house, because what they did with the renovation was basically any character that it maybe had before, they kind of stripped away, and they just slapped a coat of like grayish white paint on everything. And don't get me wrong, I'm very happy to not have to go in and like gut it or do a big renovation and spend a whole bunch of money just to get it back to a place of kind of neutrality. Like, I am very excited for the fact that, you know, it's literally a blank slate for me to do with what I want. So I am incredibly grateful for that, because I was looking at a lot of houses that were, yes, more affordable, but I would have had to like go in and like remove outdated wooden wall paneling. Like, it just would have been so much extra work, and time and sweat. So anyway, I'm very thankful for basically a giant blank canvas, and I'm very, very excited. So I hope that made some sort of sense. I'm fighting against my camera battery, so I feel like I'm talking a mile a minute, but you guys let me know what sort of design trends that you have maybe done in your own house and you've enjoyed, and let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.